Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If the video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that this message does make sense to, please take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. I know that I put a little sign up that stated that I would be here at 8:30 p.m. and I got in a little trouble. I started speaking to my cousin on the phone, and we had an interesting conversation, and it drug on a little longer than I anticipated. However, we're doing a Libra reading tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. We call Libra the mediator. The Libra, they love justice. They love balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Justice and balance. I have a sister that's crossed over, and she was a Libra, so I do respect Libras. I have a little sister, my father's daughter, who's a Libra, and then my cousin who I was on the phone with a little while ago, I just found out tonight that she's a Libra, right? But let's get to this Libra reading. I hope everyone is doing well. Libra, they love the scales of justice. That's their symbol. That's who they are. They're represented by the planet Venus. A lot of Libra's favorite color is blue, that indigo blue, right? And their metal is bronze. Like for a Cancer, their metal is silver, right? But their metal is bronze for the Libra, and their gemstone is the opal. Do you know that each person, depending on what your zodiac sign, you should always carry your gemstone with you, whether it be in your wallet, in your pocket, or your pocketbook. That's something that you should do for energetic reasons. We're going to get to the Libra reading. Libra is also a cardinal sign, and their energy is the ambiance of life. Let me just say this. Leos will agree to disagree, if that makes sense to you. They will agree to disagree. So, excuse me once again. I know that I'm not showing my face tonight. I've been a little bit under the weather. That bronchitis. I see my daughter has joined. I see my husband has joined in. I have a little bronchitis, so if you hear me barking, listen, it's not a cold, it's bronchitis, right? And that's not going to last too long. I got to get rid of that thing. I don't want anything attached. But I've already cleansed my space. Not only did I cleanse my space, I opened up my energies for this Libra reading. Libras are very even-handed. They don't like to argue, but they can. You ever heard a person say, you can kill a person with kindness, That's what a Libra does. They will kill you with kindness. Let me tell you. And then you'll be like, why did I treat them like that? Why did I act like that towards them? Libra is all about peace. Libra is all about harmony. So always remember that when it comes to this sign. They don't like conflict. They don't want any parts of your misery or your strife. But let me just say that they will try to bend over backwards for a person that they care about. Let's get to this reading. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate reading that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for Libra. As you all know that I ring this bell before I get started. Oh, Libra, we going straight through with this reading, right? No stutters in that bell at all. There's no stutter. You know, Libras, most of them are very skilled at communication. Libras are charming, very intelligent, and they're versatile. Meaning, let's just say, if they have an associate that's a little gangster, they can deal with the person on that level. If they have a person that's educated, they can deal with that person on that level. But their energy is very versatile. They're very outgoing people. Magnetic. That means people are drawn to them. Males and females alike. You know, people are attracted to their lightheartedness. Let's get to this reading. This is going to be a 9-card spread. This is going to be a 9-card spread. That card stayed in my hand. But this is going to be a 9-card spread for the sign of Libra. To all my Aquarius people, I thank you. I tried to respond to all the messages that were sent out. So I did my best. Let me just tell you that. I did my best, but I thank you so much for supporting, for following the channel. Don't forget to follow me over on my YouTube platform. The videos that I do here, I post them on my YouTube platform. I also do personal readings, so you can book a reading with me. I do psychic readings. I also do mediumship readings. One thing about it, when you book a reading with me, the only thing that I want to know about you is what you want me to call you. Do you want me to call you your name or your nickname? We don't have to have a conversation until after I tell you what I see, what I feel, what I hear, and what I taste. And that's how I begin my readings. This is a Libra reading. Once again, I hope all of you are doing well. You know what's crazy? We're starting off with intimacy. Libras, we're starting off with intimacy, right? One thing about a Libra, in an intimate relationship, they are very loving, caring, and considerate of their partner. They want to be a part of a committed relationship, a committed union if they're married. But they can be a little fickle when it comes to the attachment of their significant other. It may take a while for them to decide if they want to settle down with you, if they want to go the long haul with you, to be on that journey with you. But when they are committed, they're into that one person and that one person only. So if you are with a Libra and you are a cross watcher and you're watching this about a Libra, you got a real one. And if you are a Libra, you've already let your person know that 100% you're not about that cheating life. And if that's what they're going to do, you don't want to waste your time with them. But the first card that we have is intimacy. You know, for the Libra, this is not about sex. When you hear a person talk about intimacy, it's about two souls becoming one. So if you are single, Libra, you're about to meet someone. You're going to take your time with them. However, for you, intimacy is getting to know that person to make sure that the two of you match, because that's two souls becoming one. You don't like frivolous relationships. You don't want that in and out type of thing. You're always in it for the long haul. You want to feel like the relationship is deep and that this person belongs in your energy. Now, if you're in a relationship, you want to connect with your person on an intimate level, a deeper level. And once again, I'm not talking about sex, because intimacy can come from a conversation. Intimacy can come from a simple touch, a gesture, because that's who Libras are. Now, in your distant past, Libra, in your distant past, let's talk about it. And the distant past is something that happened a long time ago. Something that you have almost forgotten, but is coming back to the forefront because whatever transpired between you and someone else is affecting your present moment. So let's say I'm speaking to a Libra that's single. You're going back thinking over and thinking about what went wrong between you and someone else. And it's taking you a very long time to get over the situation because, as I said, when Libras dedicate themselves to someone, they're dedicating themselves to someone for the long haul. So if the relationship didn't work out, you're going back over why. What did I do? What could I have done better? Once again, there was nothing that you could have done better. And I have to jump out there, Libra. It wasn't your fault. It was your person's fault. Let me just be mindful of that. So we have a clouded mind. This Libra, although this was a relationship that transpired in your distant past, you're still thinking about it. So the clouded mind, you have to make a decision. Because I'm speaking to a Libra, you may be separated from your person. You and your person may have broken up a long time ago. But you're thinking about if I should give this another go. A quiet mind, that's what you're thinking about doing. Quieting your mind and allowing your soul to speak. Should I do it again? Should I give this person another chance? But you're feeling kind of finicky about it. Because you're like, what happened I didn't like. But was it so bad that we can't do this again? So you're trying to find order in the midst of that mental confusion that you're dealing with right now. If you're in a relationship, once again, the person that you're with caused some type of hurt. And you're thinking about that. You're thinking about that. Even though the situation may have happened a long time ago, but you keep thinking about it. We have blessings. Look at the rainbow in this card. We have blessings that's coming towards you, Libra. I want you to know right now that there's a lot of good fortune that surrounds you right now. So you are on the right path. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about doing, you're going to have abundance. So understand that abundance is on its way for you. Abundance can mean so many different things to so many people. Abundance could be good health. Abundance can be wealth. But you have a lot of beautiful blessings that's coming to you, Libra, at this present time. We have different. Libras are different. Libras don't like to argue. They're not about the BS. But if they have to be about the BS, they will flip the script and they will put you in your place in the nicest way. In the nicest way. And you'll walk away like, damn, why did I do that to Libra? But Libra, being that you're so different, the universe is saying that you stand out in the crowd. Now, when you hear that, you think about Leos who always stand out in the crowd, right? But I'm speaking to a Libra that you definitely stand out in the crowd. And your difference is affecting your circumstances and the situation around you. Sometimes when you are so different, you may have a relative or a friend that's jealous of your energy, because when a person is different, that means that they could care less about what this person thinks about them or what that person thinks about them. So you're finding your strength in being different. That means that you're not going to conform to the way that somebody wants you to be. Simply put, you are different. And that's a beautiful thing, to be different. Listen, you're lighting the way. You're lighting the way for many. So allow yourself to be guided. I feel like I'm speaking to a Libra that has helped so many people, whether it be friends, whether it be family, whether it be co-workers. You have lit the way for so many people, and Spirit is saying, allow yourself to be guided because your angels are watching over you and you haven't lost your way. You may think that being that you've helped so many people and no one is coming near you to help you and what you have going on, you may feel defeated. But Spirit is saying that your angels are watching over you. And your angel could be a crossed over loved one. An angel could be a friend. It could be your archangel. But you have someone that has their hands on your shoulder and they're like, I got you. There's no reason for you to feel depleted, that you will rise. Greetings to you, goddess. Hey, Cassie, how are you? But you're lighting the way. You have lit the way for so many people, and your angels are saying not to feel depleted because they're watching over you. You're about to rise. We have ripple effect. You know, even a small act of kindness can make a difference. You know, you impact your surroundings. And I feel like you know this, but you're not one of those people who boast or like to brag about the things that you have done for another person. However, Spirit is letting you know that you have impacted so many people. Right here, we have lighting the way. Over here, we have that ripple effect. So don't underestimate the little things. You might think that I only gave them $1, but that $1 can mean so many different things to a person. That could mean a soda, a juice, a bag of chips. You don't know how that $1 had impacted a person. You may look at it as it wasn't much, but to the person that you gave the dollar to, it can mean so much to them. So the small things that you have done for someone, you may look at it as being minute. However, it was major for them. So the ripple effect of your actions is that the universe is lighting the way and your angels are watching over you, sending you these blessings, sending you this abundance that's about to happen to you. We have silence. I love to see this card in a reading. No matter what deck I use, anytime I see the silence card, your spiritual team is telling you to move in silence. Let me tell you, when we have abundance, blessings that's on my desk, when that's on the table, you don't need to discuss it. Spirit wants you to move in silence at this present time and watch your words before you speak. Once again, you're different. Somebody may try to start an argument with you, and you may just dive in and say, you know what, forget this. I'm tired of this person speaking to me in this manner. And you may lash out at them. Spirit still wants you to remain silent. So watch your words before you speak. Don't let somebody draw you out. Don't let someone take you out of character. However, it's time for you to choose to be silent, because you have a lot of abundance headed your way, and it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. We have pleasure. We have pleasure. And with the pleasure card, trust what brings you pleasure. Oftentimes, we sit back and we think about what makes us feel good. Wisdom, I choose to be silent. Exactly. Let me tell you, anytime that you have blessings coming in, the tongue is so powerful that you may share your blessings with someone by speaking to them, saying that, hey, I just won $100 in the lottery. However, that person that you felt like you could trust may say to you, guess what? That's beautiful. I'm happy for you. And then when they get home, they'll say, why did Cassie win that $100? She doesn't deserve it. Fuck her. Guess what? That person is casting spells over you, but negatively. So you have to be careful when you share with someone, because that person may praise you in your face, but then they may wish for your downfall. So jealousy is hurtful. And especially as I see here, a person that has given so much of themselves to others, whether it be in an ear to someone, given to someone financially, your time, be careful with sharing so much, because you never know who's preying on your downfall. Spirit wants you to unlock the passion within you, because there's a Libra here that wants to do something different. And Spirit is telling you to do it. But then you may say, my goodness, someone may not understand that I want to go in this direction, but there's wisdom inside of your body. And your body always knows, so pay attention to what your body is telling you. You know what you feel like when you say yes, and you know what you feel like when you say no. However, this is pleasure. So trust what brings you pleasure. The bonus card that we have is supernatural. Supernatural. You know, your spirit guides are speaking to you. I just had a conversation with my cousin, and we were speaking about spirituality. And I said to her that, you know, we have to pay attention to our dreams, because when spirits tries to talk to you when you are in your awakened state, you may not pay attention. You know, sometimes spirits will give you those nudges, but guess what most people do? They push those nudges away and they don't pay attention to them. But your spirit guides are speaking to you. That's why I always speak about journaling up here. It's so important to journal. When I first started these channels, I used to send out so many journals to so many different people, because I wanted people to wake up what was in them. And then I was like, ooh, my pockets are getting low. I'm sending out too many journals. Then I started sending out different decks to people as well, because I wanted people to learn how to navigate and read for themselves, right? One card a day. The more energy that you put into your decks, then the message will become clear and make sense to you. So the card supernatural, make contact with the spiritual world. And how do you do that? If you have a crossed over loved one, speak to them like they're sitting next to you, like you were on the phone with them. If you are trying to make contact with your archangel, speak to them like I'm speaking to you right now. And everything will fall in its place. So it's time for you to develop your psychic abilities. Each person has a power, and I speak about this all the time. And we all have very special gifts, but you have to know how to unlock them. And when I say that, I don't mean that everyone in this world is a medium. Everyone in this world is a psychic. That's not what I'm saying. But each and every one of us, if you care about someone else, then everyone has the gift of discernment. You have empathy for the next. So you hear everybody when they learn a new word, empath. I'm an empath. I'm an empath. But are they using those gifts wisely? Because for me personally, if I do a reading for someone, the reason why I don't want you to speak, because I want to hear from my spiritual team everything that they have to say to me for me to deliver the message to you. I don't want to know anything about you because I need to know that I'm hearing everything clearly. I don't want you to give me a heads up on what's going on with your life. Let my team tell me. I am a vessel. And so when you are a vessel, even being an empath, there's no mistake about what you feel. There's no mistake about what you hear. There's no mistake about what you see. Energetically, you'll be able to read the room. So we all have special gifts, but the ego can get in the way and make those gifts dissipate. So supernatural is right here for someone, a Libra. Your spirit guides are speaking to you, and you have to be open to hear the message. And when you are in this awake state, you may not hear the message because sometimes the ego gets in the way. And then when you go to bed, they'll send the message to you through the dream world. And guess what? Pay attention to those messages. Keep that journal. Journaling is so important. At the bottom of the deck, we have timing. Nobody likes to see this card, do they? Because you know what the next message is. And that message is that everything happens in divine timing. So those blessings are coming in. Your life is going to be full of abundance of whatever area you want that to be in. When you make contact and you connect with your spiritual team, you may say, hey, I want good health. I want financial prosperity, but just don't call out financial prosperity. Attach those numbers to it. So when the time is right, it's going to happen. But the only thing you need to do is say thank you. Thank you in advance. You should always say thank you before you receive, and knowing that you will be receiving. Always say thank you in advance. Let me tell you, and I said this to you guys yesterday, I had a dream about my mother, and I have not dreamed about my mother in quite some time. And in this dream, I'm not going to get into the details of the dream, but that day I had a doctor's appointment when I woke up and I was going to cancel. But in the dream, she was showing me different things and saying different things to me. So as soon as I woke up, I said to my husband, hey, I had a dream about my mother. And she said this, and that. When I got to the doctor started saying to me the exact same thing that my mother was saying to me in the dream. And I said, motherfucker. I was like, Mommy, I heard you. I receive it. I receive it. I receive it. So with that being said, I said, thank you. Always say thank you. You may not want anything from your spiritual team, but just say thank you that you're even able to make contact. Sometimes I call out to my mother for certain things. I may call out to my father for certain things. I may call out to my sister for certain things because on this realm, they acted in different ways. So my mother's energy, she was the educator. So I may call her for guidance in that way. My sister, she was that Libra, always managing the scales of justice. Always wanted everything to be in alignment. So I may call her when I need balance. And then my dad was a rebel. So I may call him for something else. But each one of them, I know they're going to deliver. So even before I fix my lips to ask for anything, I say thank you because I know that it will be delivered. So, timing. When you meditate and when you ask for something, you can put a time on when you need it to be delivered to you. True story. A lot of people, I've heard them say, I've asked for something and I didn't receive it. I've been asking for this one thing for a whole year and I have not received it yet. There are steps that you need to take. And as Miss Cassie said, gratitude. Simply a thank you in advance before you start begging. I'm just joking with you guys, but before you start asking for anything, just say thank you. Because when you say thank you in advance, that means you have faith that it will be delivered to you. So let me pull out this spiritual news deck. I usually do this in the beginning of my readings, but I've been trying to switch a few things up. but I want to give you what I've been giving you, right? But everything happens in divine timing. But you can always say, I need this tomorrow. I need this today. And as long as you have that faith, it will be delivered. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Spirit guides, what message do we have for Libra at this time? Oh, shucks. That's a lot of cards, and we not taking them all, but we're going to take the one that fell first. If I took all of those cards, we would be here all night. We have, in other news, Spirit wants you to allow love into your life. The door of love and romance is open for you. Let your guard down and welcome it. Spirit says you deserve it. Somebody is single and somebody is focusing on their distant past of what happened to them with a certain person. Spirit is saying it's okay to let your guard down. The door of love and romance is open for you. Let your guard down and welcome it. Spirit says you deserve it. So, Spirit is telling you not to be afraid. Not to be afraid. And I do believe that Aquarius got this same card when I did the Aquarius reading. And I'm going to say the same thing to you as I said to Aquarius. Sometimes when a person is in a relationship, you may not be giving 100%. You may be in a relationship for the sake of that companionship, and you may not trust the person that you're with, so you're not going to give your all. Spirit is saying you can give your all, that this person is not going to hurt you in the manner that that past person did, that you can trust this situation. So if you are in a relationship, Spirit wants you to know that you can allow love into your life, that you can be comfortable with it. Sometimes people are in a relationship that they fear. And when they carry that fear with them, when they are already in a relationship, that creates a world of trauma. Because when you don't trust the one you're with, then you open the door for things to happen within that situation. So Spirit, once again, wants you to allow love into your life. The door of love and romance is open for you. So let your guard down and welcome it. Spirit says that you deserve it. At the bottom of the deck, we have breaking news. Thank you so much for those roses. Thank you. We have breaking news. You've recently experienced a tower moment. That's what we were talking about. That distant past, you've experienced a tower moment in your life. So Spirit has come to warn you that whatever is not built on solid ground will surely come crumbling down. But do not worry. Spirit says, for this is now the time to start again and build a more stable foundation. So if you are single and you keep going back, thinking about what transpired in a previous relationship between you and another person, sometimes Spirit comes in and remove people from your life. Sometimes tower moments feels good. They don't all hurt, and some do. However, when a situation is not in alignment and when it's not balanced, and Spirit is giving you so many warnings to let a situation go and you don't, Spirit will come in to remove that person from you if they don't think that person is worthy enough to be with you. Shit just falls apart. And for some people, it's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Sometimes we hold on to a situation or to a person longer than we should. You have to know when to let go. You have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when to walk away. And when we don't pay attention and we allow the ego to get involved, Spirit says, okay, I got your number. I'm going to make a great disturbance and I'm going to remove this person from your life. However, Spirit is saying that you can rebuild. And there's someone who is thinking about a past love. Spirit says you can be rebuilt with this person. And if you do decide to rebuild with them, you have to start it on a solid foundation. A lot of times people forget those steps to whereas you get to know the person. And you may have to get to know the person all over again. Sometimes you just jump right on in the bed with the person and then you like, we go together. And it doesn't work like that. You have to build together. You have to know your likes versus your dislikes when it comes to this person. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone and then you're like, I don't like the way they laugh. I don't like the way they chew. I don't like the way they talk. And then you're like, okay, I'll deal with it. But then it annoys the hell out of you. So with that being said, sometimes people rush into situations. And when you rush in with someone, then you find out all the things that you don't like. And you're like, why am I with this person? So that there's no confusion, you must start from the bottom and work your way up. And when you start from the bottom, that's that ground level. When you start to build a foundation, you want some rocks in there. You want some dirt in there. You want some sand. You want a little water. You want to mix it up, and you want to make sure that it is so stable that you can start structuring it. And as Miss Cassie said, when you lay that foundation, that's where you speak about the boundaries. When my husband and I started talking to one another as friends, we spoke about what we will deal with versus what we wouldn't. A true story. And from that moment, he had a choice to walk away, and so did I. And I said, I only require one thing. He was like, okay, you got it. Later on in the relationship, I said, well, I require this. So that was two things. He said, that's not what you said in the beginning. You said only one. I said, well, damn it, they go together. And he was like, no, they don't. I said, yes, they do in my mind. So you have to establish your boundaries. You really do. You have to establish your boundaries. So with that being said, we're going to go over these cards. We're going to go over these cards to clarify this reading. And I promise you, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because it's late. It's late. But I thank you all for joining me. I thank you so much. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly go together. Yes, it does. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me exactly what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, I want to clarify this reading for Libra. What does Libra need to know? Spirit guides, what does Libra need to know? Spirit guide, oh my goodness. We're not going to take all of them, but we're going to take enough to clarify. The first card we have is celebration, Libra. You know, we spoke about intimacy. We spoke about intimacy, and that's a deep feeling of belonging. You know, Libras, they're very finicky when it comes to a relationship because they are for the long haul. That means that they don't want to be in and out of a situation. So they don't trust easily. But when they allow themselves to be in alignment with you, they're searching for that soul connection. So Libra, you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be celebrating. So if you are single, true love is coming. And if you are in a relationship, the love is going to deepen. The celebration card, you're going to have that happy outcome. And some of you may be going to a group event and you may be meeting someone at this group event. We have also in the distant past. In the distant past, we have a Libra here. We have this pink diamond. There was a Libra here. You may have been married, or you may have gotten engaged to a person that you are not with. However, that pink diamond is a one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry, right? So, you are unique. Know that. There's wealth, there's prosperity that's coming in as we spoke about abundance. So whatever it is that you desire to have, know that it is coming. All you have to do is say, thank you. And if this is solely about money, attach those numbers to it. You can't ask the universe for too much, but there is such thing as not enough. So let's just say if you need money to cover bills, you can ask for a little extra that you can put in your bank account for a rainy day. So just be mindful of that. We also have clouded mind. There's a decision that a Libra has to make, and it's over a man. Put yourself where you need to, but we have a man here. Somebody is thinking about a past relationship, whether it be a male friend or whatever the case may be, but there's someone that's entering into your life, and it's going to be a male, and you're going to start off as friends if you are single. However, it may lead to romance. There's going to be someone that's going to assist you with a situation. There's a male that's going to play a pivotal role within your situation. Let's just say if you are single, he's coming in hot. If you are in a relationship, this man, he wants to deepen the connection. We have blessings. Listen, remember I told you that Spirit wants you to stay silent about your blessings, because on top of blessings, we have chaos, and that's jealousy. Sometimes people hate when you are happy. Sometimes people hate when you are thriving and doing well. However, it's heavy because this is not how you treat people. It's a heavy burden to you when someone is jealous of your success, but this is just to test your strength, because you're like, yo, why do you hate what I'm doing? Why do you not like what I have going on? You never have to ask those questions as long as you don't tell a person what's going on in your life as far as your success, because there's going to be some opposing forces. People are going to be jealous of your success. So just stay silent. We have different. Libra, you're different. You know why? You don't like to argue. You don't like to fuss. You don't like to fight. But you're rebuilding. You're rebuilding your life after loss. So you could have separated from someone, divorced someone, walked away from someone, or someone could have walked away from you, but you are rebuilding, but you're investing in yourself, and you are determined to drive this time. You're like, I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket. You're like, I'm controlling the narrative, and as you should. We also have lighting the way. Listen, you have been lighting the way for so many people. This is you, the wheel. This is you taking the wheel, and this is the wheels of justice. This is fate. This is your destiny to be successful. This is a whole new turning point in your life. So things are working in your favor. Your spiritual team told you that they are here. Your spiritual team told you to pay attention. Your guardian angel says, ask and you shall receive. All you have to do is say, thank you. We have the ripple effect. The ripple effect. And with the ripple effect, you impact your surroundings. Remember that. You are the strength of your surroundings. We have angel. So don't underestimate the little things, because those small gestures that you think were so small, the kindness that you have given to someone, it was important to them. It was a lot. So your angels are saying, I see you, we see you, and you are being divinely guided. So ask for help from your angels, and it shall be given. You are most definitely protected. We have silence. Once again, move in silence, because abundance is coming in and no one needs to know. The hidden. The hidden falls right on top of silence. So there's some hidden enemies. There's a lot of jealousy that we spoke about. They are going to be hiding their true intentions. They're going to be two-faced. That's why you need to be silent when this abundance comes in, because you have some hateful people around you, some jealous people. So just be careful with that. It doesn't feel good when you love someone and they don't love you at all. When they envy you, that's not a good feeling. We have pleasure. So with pleasure, you have to trust what gives you pleasure, what brings you happiness. And those of you that are looking for answers, you have the key. Whatever you ask for, you shall receive. Listen, the doors are opening and your problems will be resolved. This is closure from the past. We also have, as a bonus card, supernatural. Listen, everyone has very special gifts. So Spirit wants you to develop your psychic abilities. They want you to make contact with the spiritual world. We all have special gifts. I promise you that. So, not at all. Envy and jealousy is a venomous spirit. It is a very venomous spirit. And it hurts when those venomous spirits are family and friends. People that you care about. But on top of supernatural, we have mountain. So understand, even when faced with obstacles and challenging times, you have always been able to climb over those mountains. Listen, there's no such thing as impossible for you. Impossible should never be in your vocabulary, Libra. Patience is needed at this present time, and that requires perseverance. So, connect to your guardian angels. Connect to your crossed over loved ones. Speak to them. I never go a day without speaking to mine. I promise you that. And they always let me know that they're around. We have timing. Everything happens in divine timing. However, we also have at the bottom of the other deck is crossroads. Remember, I told you that there's a decision, that you need to make. So you're going to be faced with choices. And let me just say, with you being faced with these choices, Spirit wants you to take a step back and reflect on what it is that you truly desire. That's why we had the intimacy card. With you having that intimacy card, you have to trust what brings you pleasure, what brings you your happiness. So facing the possibilities in life, that means that you know that everything and anything is possible. And when you attach that to the core of you, you know that you can have whatever it is that you desire. Because here it is, you have the answers. The answers is yes. They're saying yes to whatever it is that you're asking for. Trust me, they're not saying yes for you to say, I want my ex to fall down the steps. That's not what they're saying yes to. They're saying yes to whatever brings you happiness for you, for your growth. That's why abundance is coming in. Anytime abundance comes in, you attach that to whatever it is that you desire to have for yourself. And then this is how we're ending our reading tonight, Libra. This is how we're ending our night. You know, listen, you are a very tactful person, very caring, very loving, and you are considerate of other people's feelings. Hone into that and give all of that back to yourself, because Libra, you are a giver. Start loving on you. Start caring and nurturing yourself, and be considerate to yourself. That's balance. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Libra. Show me what it is I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for the sign of Libra. Thank you. Spirit guides, how do I close off this reading for Libra? What does Libra need to know? What does Libras need to know at this present time? Spirit guides, oh my goodness, we're not taking all of that. But I'm going to pull 2 from the bottom. Do I believe I am worthy? So Libra, do you believe that you are worthy? You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. Thank you so much. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life that you have dreamt about. Your crown has been brought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it, by Maya Angelou. Put your crown on. Sometimes when we get a little discombobulated, our crown may fall off or somebody may try to knock it off. Spirit says this time when you put that crown back on your head, it's not coming off again. So start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life that you have dreamt about. That's why we have this abundance. Whatever abundance means for you, call it and claim it. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Your angel said, put your crown on. It's paid for and nobody could remove it. Thank you so much. Today's soul action: for a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And guess what? You are worthy. Today's mantra: all you have to do is say, I am worthy. I am worthy of it all. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are worthy. It says so right here. Listen, you are worthy. You need to know that. And nobody could knock this crown off ever again. You allowed someone to knock it off. You did. You allowed someone to knock it off. But this time it can never be removed again. We have, who can I serve today? This is an easy one because you've served a lot of people. You've given to a lot of people. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. Now, I told you, you call something small what you did for someone, but whatever you did, it meant a lot to that person. So it was no small act. It was large to them. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Today's soul action, Libra. Listen to your soul. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. And this means a stranger, because you've given to family, you've given to friends, you've given to co-workers, people who authentically felt like you just should have done it anyway. And no, you should not have. A stranger. Like I said, $1 to you may be small, but to a homeless person, that's a bag of potato chips. That's a juice. That's a soda. And that may mean a lot to remove those hunger pains. So one small act of kindness, Spirit is saying, then notice the joy that you feel when you can bring about a smile on someone's face. I promise you that. On whom am I placing blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lessons. A person who blames themselves has begun their lessons. A person who blames no one has finished their lessons. Today's soul action. Take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your soul, and you will be led. Take responsibility. You know, I never blame anyone for my actions. No one should. How can you? However, we all need to take responsibility for the roles and the parts that we played in someone else's life. On whom are you placing blame right now? A lot of people don't know how to take responsibility for the hurt that they have placed on someone else. So today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart, and you will most definitely be led. Right, accountability. At the bottom of the day, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? Now, I like this card a lot. Let me tell you. How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy of it? Do you believe you are capable of having it? Do you trust money? And does money trust you? You know, like I said earlier, abundance can mean so many different things to so many different people. You may call your abundance good health. You may call your abundance financial wealth. However, money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. That means it comes in, it goes out, and it's up to you on how you care for it. You are worthy of it. And it's your responsibility to hear your relationship with money as a part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Today's soul action. Take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs that you need to upgrade to create the results that you are wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? And on the bottom of the card, it says, fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because of what? Now, for me, you don't have to do this, but this is one of my personal affirmations. But I like money. I love it. I use it wisely. I use it in a wonderful way. And there's more to that, but I'm not going to put it all right here. A lot of times people curse money. Money is the root of all evil. You cursed it. Money is dirty. You cursed it again. There's someone here that wants an avalanche of abundance. And you can have it, but you have to create your own money story. And for me, I like it. As a matter of fact, I love it. And I use it wisely. See, I'm at that age to whereas I'm not just going to purchase frivolous things because I want it to grow. I need it to grow. I have children. I got grandkids. I have a husband. And so with that being said, I want to know that when I'm not here, that they're going to have enough to move forward. Excuse me, my camera is frozen on my end. And I can never get the puzzle in the box. Okay. But you have to write your money story. You know, stop cursing money. When you curse it, you keep it away from you. I promise you that you do. You keep it away from you. Money is good. Let me tell you, you need it to pay for things that should be free. Water. Do you know there's water everywhere? I don't care if you live in the projects. There's water in the grass or under that concrete. Do you know? We pay for what naturally comes from the sky. And that makes no sense. But that's what we have to do. That's what they make us do. You know, I have a lot of family from the South. And they have wells. They have wells on their land. Right? And then guess what? The county comes deeper and deeper to lay those pipes to make you pay for what's on your land. And then those wells dry up. They don't want you to use them anymore. But it's free. But we have to pay for it. So, with that being said, you need it. You need it to pay for things that are supposed to be free. Do you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but even with growing your own fruits and vegetables, to a lot of the farmers, guess what's happening? They're making you buy your seeds from the government. You got to ask yourself why. I had just turned on the faucet when you said water. I know that's right. And you're going to have to pay for that too. So don't leave it on too long. Raven, let me tell you, don't leave it on too long. But let me just tell you, these are things that are supposed to be resources. I go into the grocery store, even to the farmer's market, and guess what happens? I'm looking for oranges, and they're all seedless. I need my fruits and vegetables to have seeds in there. Like, I don't know this new stuff. I'm from the old school, and I'm pulling out my phone. I'm looking at Google, and I'm like, what oranges have seeds in them? And then all the oranges that are there, about 6 different brands, then I see that they're all linked to the same company and they're seedless. So why is the government trying to control what you grow on your land? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm trying to understand this. However, if you have that opportunity, you know, before they remove all the seeds, try to plant your own gardens and try to grow things in your home if you can't grow them outside. There are some things that can grow in your windows by putting a little table up to your windows. So try to grow your own things. I promise you, try to do that. Listen, things are supposed to be for free, but we get taxed on it. So money is good because I need money to buy water. I need money to buy food. I'm just saying. So money is good. People make the mistake of cursing it. It's evil. Money is the root of all evil. How is that? I don't understand how is money the root of all evil. Money is dirty. And guess what? You should know better than to put it in your mouth. You should, like when I see women sometimes, and I mean no disrespect to anyone, when they stick money in their bras, I'm like, ew, right? I do. I'm like, ew, because I'm conscious like that, right? Because it goes through a lot of hands. So if you're one of those people who have that theory of money is dirty, then you don't stick it in your bosom on your skin, because your skin naturally absorbs things. Yep. I garden and have been saving all of my seeds since 2023 because of this. Exactly. Listen, you have to. That's exactly what you should be doing. Yep. Wrap it in a cloth. Yeah. Now, my grandma, she used to do that. She always kept a handkerchief and she would stick it in her boob. And I just used to look at her and like, I'm not doing that. That's what my pocketbook for. But my grandmother, she did. She used to put her money in a handkerchief and stick it down in there. But then I do see people who just stick it down in there. And the ones that I see stick it down in there, I'm just like, ill, because our skin absorbs so many things. So when it's bacteria, but you have to change your money story. Money is good. You need it. You needed to go to the doctor. You needed to take your dogs to the vet. My dog, and some of you, I did a live. My Frenchie had 3 surgeries within a week and a half. And I got to be careful what I say because my vet watches my platform. So I have to be very careful. But the first surgery, we thinking everything is great, but I was a little uncomfortable. And I said to my husband when we left, I was like, something doesn't feel right, and to him too. The next day, the day after, I call her and I'm like, we need to come back in. We go back in and she's like, oh no, we have to do another surgery. I'm like, what? And so we do surgery number 2. And she was like, it's going to cost blah, blah, blah. I'm like, huh? And then she was like, I got it. And she did, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And then we needed surgery number 3. But he's bounced back. He's back to normal. And I'm grateful. Listen, I love my dog. I'm an animal lover. I've had every kind of animal. I've had iguanas, rabbits, ferrets, chinchillas. I am an animal lover. My family had farms in the South. So I'm from the North. So in the North, we didn't have farms like that. So any kind of animal that I could sneak in the house, I did. Until my mom would find out. And she'd be like, you better give that thing away. Get it out my house. Yeah, my fur baby is doing well. You know how some people are the cat lady and they have a lot of cats? I am the dog lady. We have a lot of dogs. I'm not going to tell you how many because you'll be like, ew, I'll never eat at her house. But let me tell you, my house don't smell like dogs. They're all house trained. And some of you watched the videos when they were puppies, when the mother gave birth. What were they, babe? 3 weeks old? Yeah. 3 weeks old. My husband house trained 3-week-old babies. Yes. 3-week-old puppies. They were house trained, meaning they were crate trained. We trained them to biodegradable wood chips. So when they urinated on the wood chips, it would disintegrate. So at 3 weeks old, our puppies were house trained. But I love animals. I do. And that's that. I know this conversation just went all over the place. But, but listen, yeah, he's doing well. He's back to himself. Listen, we did a lot of meditating over him. I promise you. We did a lot of meditating, touching, doing everything. He was so darn spoiled. And my husband kept saying, when this is over, I owe him a steak. I have not seen that steak yet. I'm just saying, I haven't seen the steak. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but he is well deserving of that steak. What did you say?
It's been cold outside.
He said it's been cold outside. But no, he's still due for his steak because he did well. And we have a great vet. She's very caring. And sometimes people do make mistakes. So she owned up to it. I wish it didn't happen, but things do happen. But I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't trust our animals with another vet. True story. I would still use her again, all over again. And she's beautiful. She's been up here on my live as well. She's been up here on my live. So she's great. She's one in a million. I'm just going to say that. I would use her all over again because shit happens. But I thank you all so much for your time. Libras, you have so much abundance coming in. We are at the time of the age of Aquarius. And, Pisces is leaving out. We have Aquarius coming through. This is the time of technology. This is the time of humanitarian, us just doing right by people just because. This is the time for growth. Now, every sign didn't get a wonderful reading like Libras did tonight, like Aquariuses did yesterday. And then even when I did the all signs reading, not every sign got amazing things that were going to happen to them. However, we are the authors of our own story. And with us being the authors of our own story, we get to change the narrative of how we think things should be and how we know things should be. Whatever you think about, you can bring about. And then if you can think it, you can create it and you can own it. And I went over with you guys so much of my life and how I've obtained the mortgage with $5 in my bank account. That was with me having faith and being all-knowing. Whatever it is that you desire, you need to have a mental picture of it and see yourself with it. True story. See yourself with it. If you want a new car, know the kind of car that you want, what color you want it to be, the make and model. You are so welcome. The make and model, all the bells and whistles that you want with inside that car. See yourself with the keys sitting inside of it, pulling up in your parking spot, in your driveway, in front of your home, whatever the case may be. If you want a new house, go on some of these websites where you see houses for sale. And then if you see a house that you like, see yourself standing at the front door, sticking your key in the door, opening it up, and claiming that house. Thank you so much. Thank you. Claim that house. That's what I did. I saw this house that I wanted. I had already drew the house in advance. And when I drew the floor plan of it, when I saw the house, I had $5 in my bank account. I wasn't even approved for a mortgage, nor did I apply for a mortgage. I called the real estate agent, and he thought I was the craziest person in the world. And guess what? He called me back that same day, and the house was mine. The family took it off the market, and they waited for me to get approved for a mortgage. That's having faith. Having faith is knowing that it's going to happen. So you have to be all knowing in whatever it is that you desire. Libra, your angel says that you're going to have so much abundance. So what you think about, you bring about. What is it that you desire? You had a decision to make. What do you want first? That's that decision. What do you desire to have first? Claim it. See it. And it goes from there. That's called the power of the subconscious mind. That's called meditating to manifest your desires. And I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow you will see my face. Listen, I have bronchitis. Y'all hear me keep saying that word. But it's not going to be here long. Let me tell you, I do not claim it to be attached to my body. So as soon as it goes away, it will not be back. Let me tell you. And that came from when I was in North Carolina. It was cold as heck. We were in Wilmington. I had an aunt that passed away. And then 2 weeks later, my uncle passed away, right? You know, they always says it comes in threes. And however, when we were in Wilmington, it was so cold. And my husband kept saying, close your neck, you know, like close your jacket. But I was doing a live for you guys outside, and I was trying to be too cute. And with me being cute and my chest exposed, I've been messed up ever since. Yes. Yeah, it's not permanent. It's not permanent. And when I got home, I started barking like my dogs. That meant I started coughing, and I didn't do anything about it. And it got a little worse. And so here we are. But it's dissipating. It's going away. And I can feel me getting stronger. And the only reason why I'm not showing you guys my face, I have one eyelash on and one eyelash off. So I'm not feeling like myself. But I'm walking around my house in my strength, winking my eye at my husband, winking the eye that doesn't have the lash on it. And then today, I saw Miss Deborah up here. I did a live with Miss Deborah. And he said, can they see your face? I'm like, no. He said, you know you only got one eyelash on. I said, I know. I didn't turn my camera on. But I will be back tomorrow in full force. So I'll post it when I will come on in advance. Tomorrow I will be doing Taurus. So Taurus is due for their reading. I will be doing Taurus tomorrow. Tonight, this video will be posted on my YouTube platform. Guys, join me over there as well. YouTube is a little different than TikTok. TikTok, somebody up here is always reporting me. The last time I was reported, somebody said I was up here nude. And then TikTok allowed me to get out of TikTok jail within an hour. And then I was back on again. But sometimes you have people who dislike you because of who you are.
Haters, fuck that.
My husband said they're haters. Fuck that. And that's the truth. Fuck that. They're haters. So I have so many people that come up and they try to take my content. But I always tell people nothing that I say belongs to me. That anything that I get, it comes from above. I'm just a vessel that delivers. I do not take credit for anything that I do when it comes to spirituality, because Just like gifts are given, they can be taken away. True story. They can be taken away. And so with that being said, when it comes to this, I'm never going to put myself first because I know where my blessings come from. I know who's in my ear. I know who feeds me information. And that's my spiritual team. But I thank all of you, the new people that started following me. Thank you. We're going to have a wild ride. To the people that have been here from the beginning, thank you. From the people that joined in the middle, thank you. I'm truly grateful, and you're helping my channel to grow on YouTube as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am truly grateful to each and every one. Thank you for your gifts. But the most important thing is I thank you for your time, because time is something that we can't get back. And my readings are long. They are. My readings are long. So I thank you for just being here. I tried to give you as much information as I possibly can. There's a Libra here who's single. You keep thinking about a past person. Guess what? Spirit is not saying no. Spirit is saying that the door to love and romance is open, that you can have a successful relationship. You have to do the groundwork, and you have to build. There's a Libra here that's in a relationship, and it's going to strengthen. However, if you weren't here about love, that abundance is coming in. It could be financial for some. It could be good health for others. New job, new career, whatever the case may be. But whatever it is that you desire, Spirit says just be grateful. Say thank you in advance. Just say thank you. When I wake up in the morning, I say thank you. I do. When I go to bed at night, I said thank you for allowing me to wake up tomorrow morning. Because look, I'm one of those people that want to be here. I do. I ain't ready to go anywhere, you know? So thank you. And I will be back tomorrow with the Taurus reading. This reading will be posted up about 12:30. It's 11:10 my time. So by the time I download it from TikTok, then I have to upload it on YouTube. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half. Thank you in advance for everything. You are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Raven. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Listen, I'm trying to stay out of the view of the camera. Then you'll know look what I look like with one eyelash on, one eyelash off. Let me see. And do you know I went to the store like this tonight? I did. And people were looking at me, but I didn't care. I was like, forget it. I went in the store just like that. You know, I'm trying to scroll. But I just thank you for your time. I will be back tomorrow with Taurus. And just, you know what I do at night, when there's something that I desire, as I'm getting sleepy, as I am in that... Put your shades on. Yeah, she said put my shades on. Yes, I should have put my shades on. But when I am in that REM state, I think about what I desire. And I allow that to be the last thought on my mind. When I wake up in the morning, that's the first thought on my mind, what I was thinking about when I went to bed. So with that being said, try that. These are just easy things to do to bring things towards you, to you, the things that you desire to have, and trust that it's already yours. Don't ask for something and you don't believe you can have it. Don't ask for something and doubt. Ask for something knowing that is yours in advance. And you can put a timestamp on it. You absolutely can. But I send to you nothing but love and light. Good night. Thank you so much.